boys and girls. Welcome to Everyday Math Lesson 4.1, Change to More Number Stories. The materials that you'll need today are just your pencil and your math journal. Let's get started. The first thing that we're going to do is go over our math boxes from Lesson 3.8. So if you can open up your math journal to page 78. If you're noticing that you have any mistakes, please fix those with your pencil and eraser. So for question number 1, it looks like I have 4 quarters, which would give me $1. I have 2 dimes, which would bring me to 20 cents, and 2 nickels, which would bring me to 30 cents. So my total would either be 130 cents or $1.30. For question number 2, solve 100 equals 75 plus 25. 60 plus 40 equals 100. 95 plus 5 equals 100, and 90 plus 10 equals 100. And the unit that I chose to use today were fish. For question number 3, how many children ate 2 scoops of ice cream? And I can see that 4 children ate 2 scoops of ice cream. For question 4, tomorrow I will eat lunch. You could either put likely or you could also circle certain. For question 5, how old will you be in 18 years? So assuming that you are 7, and then you would add 18, my end would be 25, because 7 plus 18 is equal to 25. Now if your start is 8, and you have 8 plus 18, then your answer would be 26. For question number 6, solve. So 23 plus 30 more equals 53. 86 equals 36 plus 50. 99 equals 40 plus 59. And 67 plus 30 equals 97. And the unit that I chose to use were rocks. So please double check to make sure that you have this correct before moving on to our next page. We are going to just keep working in our math journal, but next we're going to talk about page 83. So if you can turn to page 83 so that you're looking at the distances on a number grid. Now I'm going to use a little counter to help me mark my starting spot. Also, to save a little bit of time, I'm going to ask that you just solve problems 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, and 15. So notice how I covered up the second half of this page. If you want to do this part, you can. But again, we're just going to talk about this side today. So if I take a look at just that first one with you, if I'm going from 53 to 58, notice how I put my counter on 53, and then I'm going to count till I get to 58. So I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the distance between 53 and 58, I would put 5. Now, when you have one like 69 to 99, try to make sure to use that strategy of counting by tens. So if I'm at 69, I'm going to start counting by tens. So I would have 10, 20, 30. So can you solve the rest of these problems and then press play when you're ready to check? All right, second graders, we already talked about the first one from 53 to 58, and we knew that that was 5. We talked a little bit about the second one, going from 69 to 99. So again, I would count 10, 20, 30. So I should have 30 for my distance. To go from 77 to 92, I'm going to put my token on 77. I'm going to drop down to 87, which is going to be 10, and then I'm going to start counting by ones. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So to go from 77 to 92, it was 15. To go from 84 to 104, I'm going to just count by tens. I have 10, 20. To go from 94 to 99, I'm going to count by ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To go from 58 to 108, I'm going to count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. To go from 61 to 78, I'm going to start counting by tens. So I'm going to drop down to 71, count by tens, and then I'm going to start counting by ones. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And for my last one, I'm going to start at 52 and I'm going to go to 100. So I'm going to first start counting by tens and then I'll count by ones. So I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. And if you want more practice, you can do this side, but again, we're not going to talk about those answers today. The next thing we're going to look at is pages 80 and 81. So you're going to use this fish poster to answer these questions about fishy stories. So what we're going to do, write the numbers you know in the change diagram. Write a question mark for the numbers you need to find out. Answer the question and then write a number model. So let's talk about number 1 together so that you know what to do for the future ones. So for number 1, it says fish J swallowed fish B. How much does fish J weigh now? So if I look at my diagram and I see where I'm starting, I can see that I'm starting with fish J is at 24 pounds. And then I want to see, so he's swallowing fish B. So fish B is 3 pounds. So he's starting at 24 plus 3, the end, that's what I'm trying to find out. So my number model, I'm doing 24 plus 3 equals 27. So my answer is going to be 27 pounds. Now I'm not using the inches information, I'm just using the LB, which stands for pounds information. So can you try questions 2 and 3 and then press pause or then press play when you're ready to check your answers? Press pause now. All right, second graders. So fish K swallows fish G. So I can see fish K weighs 35 pounds. And then I'm gonna add 10 pounds. What I'm trying to solve, I'm putting my question mark. So 35 plus 10 more equals 45. So fish K now weighs 45 pounds. And if I'm going too fast, pause as often as needed. Fish L swallows fish F. So fish L weighs 100 pounds. That's what I'm starting with. Fish F weighs 8 pounds. So my change is plus 8. A question mark is what I'm trying to end with. So 100 plus 8 equals 108. So now fish L weighs 108 pounds. Double check to make sure that you have this correct and that you understand this part before moving on to the second part. So now we're going to look at page 82 and we still need to use that fish poster on page 80. So now we have a try this question. So fish I swallows another fish. Fish I now weighs 20 pounds. So this time we're trying to figure out which fish did I swallow. So can you try this and then press play when you're ready to check? All right, second graders. So fish I is what I'm starting with. And so fish I is 15 pounds. Now I know that the end is 20. So I'm trying to figure out the change. So I need to look and see which fish would get me to that. If I'm at 15, how much more do I need to get to 20? Plus 5. So I need to see which fish weighs 5 pounds. And I can see that fish D weighs 5 pounds. So 15 plus 5 is 20, so the answer would be fish D. Second graders, for 5 and 6, they give you the start and the change. You just need to figure out the end. And then for 7, 8, 9, and 10, They're giving you two pieces of it, but then you need to figure out that missing piece. Can you finish this page and then press play when you're ready to check your answers? Press pause now. For question 5, 20 plus 6, you should have had 26. 30 plus 50, you would have had 80. Now, if I'm at 40 and I'm ending at 45, how I got there, my change is that I added 5 plus 5. If I'm at 9 and I ended at 89, how I got there, I added 80. So my change was plus 80. This time I'm missing my start, but I know if I was at 9 and I added 30, I would get to 39. Same thing for number 10, I'm missing my start, but if I started at 10 and added 3, I would get to 13. Double check to make sure you have this correct. We will work more on these types of problems in future lessons. The last thing that we'll talk about today are math boxes, so if you can look at page 84. I'm going to ask that you complete this page on your own. When you're all done, take a picture and add that to Seesaw, and we'll go over this page in our next video. For question number 1, use these numbers to fill in your fact, family triangle. Pick the best time for number 2. Write the number that is 100 more than each of these numbers. How much money do you have for question number 4? Use the less than, greater than, or equal to symbols for question 5. And then question 6, a baseball is shaped like a sphere. Name something else that is shaped like a sphere. All right, I will see you next time.